They had always known their daughter was special, but never had they imagined that she was cursed. The dibia continued his explanation, his voice low and somber. The beast spirit that controls her is ancient and vengeful. It has been bound to her since birth, waiting for her to grow old enough for it to take full control. By day, it sleeps within her, allowing Oloku's true self to shine. But at night, it awakens, turning her into a destroyer of life. Oloku's mother wept quietly, her heart breaking for her daughter. "Is there no way to free her?" she asked. "What must we do?" The dibia nodded slowly. "There is a way," he said. "But it is dangerous, and it will require great courage from Oloku herself. The beast spirit can only be expelled if Oloku confronts it in the spirit world. She must enter a deep trance, face the beast, and defeat it. If she succeeds, the curse will be broken." The room fell silent as Oloku listened to the dibia's words. Her heart pounded in her chest. She was terrified, but she knew she had to be brave. She could not allow the curse to continue hurting the village, and she could not bear the thought of her family living in shame if the villagers discovered the truth. "I will do it," Oloku said quietly. "I will face the beast." Her parents and grandmother looked at her with a mix of pride and fear. They knew the risks, but they also knew that Oloku had no other choice. The dibia prepared for the ritual, gathering sacred herbs, white chalk, and cowries. He instructed Oloku to come to his shrine at the edge of the village the following night, when the moon was full. It was on the night of the full moon, he explained, that the spirit world was closest to the human world, and the ritual would have the best chance of success. The night of the full moon arrived quickly and neared to the dibia's shrine. The air was thick with anticipation, and the sounds of the forest seemed louder than usual, as if the spirits themselves were watching. The dibia welcomed them into his shrine, a small mud hut filled with the scent of burning incense and the sound of rattles. He led Oloku to the center of the room, where a circle of white chalk had been drawn on the ground. In the middle of the circle lay a bundle of sacred herbs and cowries. "Sit here," the dibia instructed, his voice calm but firm. "Once the ritual begins, you will fall into a deep sleep. In that sleep, you will enter the spirit world, where you must find the beast. It will try to scare you, to overpower you, but remember this, the beast only has power if you give in to fear. You must be strong." Oloku nodded, though her hands trembled slightly. She sat in the circle and closed her eyes as the dibia began to chant. His voice was low and rhythmic, and soon, Oloku felt herself growing drowsy, and the sound of the rattles seemed to fade away. Before she knew it, she was no longer in the dibia's shrine. She was standing in a vast, shadowy forest. The trees were tall and twisted, their branches reaching out like claws. The ground beneath her feet was soft and damp, and a thick mist swirled around her ankles. Oloku knew she was in the spirit world. She walked cautiously through the forest, her heart pounding in her chest. She could feel the presence of the beast, though she could not yet see it. The air was heavy with danger, and every rustle of the leaves made her jump. Suddenly, she heard a low growl. It came from behind her. Oloku turned slowly, and there, emerging from the mist, was the beast. It was even more terrifying than she had imagined. Its body was massive, covered in rough, black fur. Its eyes glowed a menacing red, and its teeth were long and sharp. It snarled at Oloku, baring its fangs. "The beast only has power if you give in to fear." She took a deep breath and stood her ground. "I know who you are," Oloku said, her voice trembling only slightly. "You are the beast spirit that has cursed me. But I am not afraid of you." The beast roared, its voice shaking the very ground beneath Oloku's feet. But she stood firm, refusing to back down. The beast lunged at her, its claws outstretched, but Oloku raised her hand. "I will not let you control me anymore," she shouted, her voice stronger now. You have caused enough pain. Leave me and my village in peace." The beast hesitated for a moment, as if Oloku's words had struck a nerve. Then, with a final, ear-splitting roar, the beast charged at her again.